Okay, so we're going to jump into the logo software right now. As you can see, I'm already logged in, but this is what I called mine, Logo Pro. And you can name yours whatever you want, of course. But when I first came into this software, I didn't know nothing about it. I just got into it. I looked at this and for some reason, I thought I was going to be getting these backgrounds, these mock-ups with the logo. I don't know why. I guess I thought it because it shows it. But really what you're using is the template, okay? So you're using this font and this logo. Of course, you can change all of that whatever you want. But what you're looking for is what kind of style of logo that you want to use, okay? And I'm going to find one right quick. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this one because it's got a little guy running here with some lines. And since my page is called Fast Track, this would work perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Okay, so here's what it pretty much looks like, guys. So you have two elements on here. You have the little icon and you have the text that you can edit. And it kind of works like Photoshop. So when you click on here, you can choose whether you want this to be in the front or the back. In other words, if you have other things in the background, you could put things on top of each other depending on the layer that you want them. You could change the icons right here if you want to. It's all up to you. So it's a pretty simplified builder, but it does what it needs to do, right? So let's go ahead. I just want to edit the text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these things around because I want this to be in the center and I want to change the text. So as you can see up here in the text box, you just type in what you want and that'll add and change things over here on the canvas. And this logo is going to be called Fast Track Bonus Builder. So let's type that in. Enter key. All right, so Fast Track Bonus Builder. So I'm going to go ahead and move this around. So once you see the little arrows here with the 4 points, you can hold your mouse down and just drag it around. So I want this to be in the center, and I want this K to be like that. So pretty cool. Okay, this looks like it's a little bit off. So let me move this again. I'm going to select my little icon and move it over a little bit. Select my text again. Okay, so that's pretty much how I want it right here. Everything looks nice and centered. So I want to go ahead now and save this out, okay? So over here on the side, you see the little save key. Okay, so when you click that, you're going to see two options here. So you can download it now, or you could save it in the cloud, or you could do both. So just in case you want to come back and change things, if you want to edit this, you can do that later on, okay, because it's going to be saved inside your account here. So let's go ahead and save it in the cloud. I'm going to go ahead and name this. Okay, I'm going to save that. Okay, there we go. Now it's saved to my account here. As you can see, I have another design that I did earlier in here, but we could edit the template here anytime we want to, and I can also download the image right here. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so now it's downloaded. So once you download it, it's probably going to go ahead and go to your downloads folder. Let me bring that in here. As you can see, and it's going to name it a funny name, just a bunch of letters or whatnot. And you can always right-click that and rename it to match whatever you want to call it, okay? I'm just going to call it, let's just do FTBB logo. All right, that way I know what it is. All right, let me move this out of the way. Now let's go ahead and go back to our Whitelabelify over here and finish setting up the process. Okay, let's briefly talk about the optional settings here. So this is where we're going to browse to find our logo. And it should, if it doesn't open the folder that you're looking for, you can go ahead and browse to find it. Okay, so now we have that there. And you have your private domain here. Now you can enter this in if you have your own private domain, but you have to set it up, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that in another video, how to use your own private domain. But for now, let's go ahead and just set it up like this with the subdomain. Okay, so next let's go ahead and click the Submit Setup process. Okay, and that's it. Our white label is now set up for our bonus page builder. So now you could go to your white label settings here. So now we're inside the dashboard settings for that particular white label product, okay? And you're going to see everything exactly the same for each product you set up. So let's go over here and check these out. So we have required settings, optional settings, and private domain. So in required settings here, if you ever want to rename your white label, you can do that here. Okay, change the title, short description, and this is your main URL. Okay, inside the optional settings, this is going to show your logo. Okay, this is the link to the logo. And if you ever wanted to change the logo, you can do that right here by browsing for the new logo and then submitting the updates. In private domain, this is where you would put your private domain in here, and it gives you a little bit of details in here on how to do it. Not really how to do it, but how you would go about doing it. And like I said, I'm going to show you how to do this with my own domain name inside one of the training videos, okay? Okay, so now let's just go through the menu tab here. So each one is going to be exactly the same for each product, just like this, okay? So you have back to Whitelabelify. If you click that, you'll go back to the main dashboard here. And now you're going to notice something a little bit different. You're going to see your white labels, okay? So if you click that, as you can see, here is my white label. Click here to manage this white label. You can click here, and that'll take us back to that other tab that we were in for that particular white label, okay? So we only have one right now. Once you set up all of them, you'll see them all in here. So if you wanted to set up the next one, we would have to go back in the products. And as you can see, this one's set up, so now we can manage it. But we still have to set up the rest. Okay, so that's how that pretty much works. So let's go ahead now and manage this white label again. Okay, so let's talk about these other settings here. Okay, so we're in the dashboard tab right here for your white label, okay? It's going to give you the description about your white label, active members, today's views, total views, and you can get to your white label settings right here. Okay, this will also be right here as well in this drop-down tab. You could set up your payment integrations here. As you can see, you have PayPal buttons, Warrior Plus, and JVZoo. Go ahead and put in what type of payment you're going to be doing, a monthly subscription or one-time fee. Put in the amount that you want, and you can put in your buy button HTML code right here, and then click Submit Updates. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. In the other video trainings, you're going to have one for PayPal buttons, Warrior Plus, and JVZoo, so you know exactly how to get that set up. Okay. Now keep in mind, you're going to have a Warrior Plus account to use Warrior Plus to be selling on it, right? Same thing for JVZoo. All right, so let's go over the other tabs here. So you have white label settings. Okay, so if we click that, you have general settings, and we went over these already. You have payment integrations, okay, which we went over this already as well. Okay, so let's continue on. The next tab is customers. So you're going to have customer lists, add new customer if you want to add them manually, and API integration. So inside your customer list, you're going to see a list of all your customers. Add a new customer right in here. So if you want to set up your customer's account manually, like let's say you sold this on Facebook or a platform or something, you could come in here and create your customer account right here, put their name, their email address, and you could create a password for them. Just make sure you send that information to them on Facebook or wherever you did this, okay? Or you could go ahead and send the account info to that customer's email, all right? Fill in their name, put their email address right here. Just show you an example. And you would click Submit Account. So in this version here, you would click Submit Account to as soon as you fill in that information. You don't have to do both of these, okay? So basically the difference here is you're creating the password or the software is going to create the password for them. And of course they could change that at any time. But you would fill in their name, email address, and the password here that they wanted if they told you on the platform wherever they ordered from. Then you click Submit Account and it's created in here, okay? Or the other way, like I said, for the software that generated for you, you just fill in the information here, put their email address, click Submit Account. Okay, and now it created the account. Let me go check my email right quick, and there is the email. So it's going to give them the URL to log in with, the email that they signed up with, and of course their password. All right, on the next tab, we have API integration. So I'm going to make a video on this as well. So on your next tab over here, you have statistics, you have daily views, which you don't have anything in here at this time because this is a demo account. And the next one is Google Analytics. So if you're doing any kind of remarketing, what have you, put in your Google code here. and your HTML Google Analytics code here. All right. So the next tab is your sales page tab. You have the settings. The next one you have is templates. Okay, so in here you can see what the sales page looks like. Okay, so as time goes by, I think he has plans to put more templates in here. So you could click change to this template. This will also allow you to edit the template if you click this button. And you can click live editor down here as well. And this will open up the live editor so you can change anything on your sales page that you want. Again, I'm going to have a separate video to show you how to use this builder. And the last tab here is your public links, okay? So you got your customer login right here. So this is what the login page is going to look like for your customers. You can see your logo right here. So the next on the list here is the sales page tab. So if you click that, it's going to open up your sales page so you can see what that looks like. All right. And the next one is your thank you page. So this is the page that you want to send your customers to, right? After they check out, this is what they're going to see. Thank you for your purchase. First step, look out for the email specified below from Fast Track Bonus Builder. So whatever you name your page, right? And then open the email and just copy and paste the access info into your browser. So pretty simple, right? And the last link here is to access the product itself's dashboard, okay? So this will take you inside the product so you can check out everything, see how it all works, and all of that cool stuff. All right, so that's going to wrap up this video for how to set up your white label.